Okay, sorry about that. We lost signal down there by the Indiana Monument in Spangler's Meadow. And we're back now. So some people had commented on the previous video. Chet Christ, he said, I can't believe it's been 30 years. It's been 20 years, Chet, since you and I met. That was last June, was 20 years. 30 years, so 10 years before that, I came here on a field trip in high school. That was the first time I came to Gettysburg. That's what I was saying there. And as for somebody had a good idea, I think it was Wonder Monkey, had a good idea for Freeloader of the Year award, and I like that. And I think the Freeloader of the Year award gets nothing, but we announce it. So it's so like your name will be announced and forever associated with being a freeloader, but you get no actual physical award to the funds that would buy the award. So I think that's perfect. We're gonna do that this year too. Thursday's AG Today. We're going to announce the Freeloader of the Year award, along with the Listener of the Year award. But the Listener of the Year award will be presented. Well, should I do that on the show? Well, I don't know. I'll have to find out. Maybe the Listener of the Year will be here on Thursday. I don't know his or her plans, but we'll see. Anyway, we're on Culps Hill, and it's a hill. It was owned by the Culp family, one of the branches of the Culp family, and there's the tower, which that'll give you a good workout, folks. That'll give you a good workout. There's George Sears Green pointing down the hill. And we got a tour over to the left here. Let's see who's giving the tour. I can't see. He's got his back turned. God, now I got that song in my head. This is a Stevens Knoll now. We came down Culps Hill. We're going up Stevens Knoll. A lot of people think it is named after Fisher Stevens, but no, that is not true. It's Greenleaf Stevens. And by the way, that was one of the questions on the guide exam, was what was Stevens' first, or I don't know if it was what was his, for whatever reason I needed his first name. I don't remember specifically what the question was. And for the life of me, I knew it was something different and odd, and that was something that always made it easy for me to remember, and I couldn't remember during the exam. And that, I think that was the time when I started laughing to myself, as Ben Quina pointed out when I had him on the show last. And literally the second I closed the door when I got in the car, I said, Greenleaf. So, thanks, brain. Thanks. Morning, Katie. How are you? We were in Gettysburg over the weekend. Miss it already? You miss it like crazy, don't you? Let's, we'll drive through where the movie set was and see if you can see any remnants of the dirt that was there. Oh, they're still up there. So the dirt is gone, but there are still tents and people. The road is still blocked off. I think that's right. I think the permit went till tomorrow. So tomorrow will be open again. There's Tad. I see young Tad. we'll leave him alone. I was going to harass him, but he's not close enough, and there's a car behind me. All right, so we'll go. I'm going to stop at Bantam, get some coffee. The days of iced tea are over. Now we're back to hot coffee because it's getting chilly. 59 degrees here in Gettysburg. Oh, that's right. I can't go that way, but that's okay. I can go this way. Right, we make the turn here. So I'm going to try to, the Eric Nelson interview, I'm going to put out for free on YouTube. Hopefully this week. I don't know. We got a lot of editing to do. I'm going to put the Doug Dowd's Tavern Talk airborne operations during the day. I'm going to put that up on, this week. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, who knows? For the patrons, again, that's going to be unedited and full of blemishes. And that's it there. The John Brown Tavern Talk will probably go up next week. And there you go. And then when you see it on YouTube in January or February, you'll be like, whoa, that's like a totally different show. Definitely going to have to, we ran into the same problem with, it's interesting. So Custer and John Brown, two people who really capture the imagination, and I think in some ways, in many ways, confuse people as to how to feel about them. And so when you have that type of a person to talk about in a group, the conversation tends to go on long, usually because there's one portion of the conversation where everybody hunkers down for a while. And even though the focus of this wasn't John Brown's raid, of course, you have to start with the raid, because the point of the conversation was about how North and South looked at him after the raid and how we've looked at him since then. We didn't get too heavily into that because we spent so much time trying to figure out the raid, trying to figure out, was this guy crazy or was he crazy like a fox? I think that was Eric Houston said that. And, you know, it was really interesting and a lot of fun. And so I think you'll enjoy that too. But we have to cut a lot of that John Brown's raid portion down in order to make time. Did you get a chance to grab any of said dirt? I did not. I'm sorry about that. When I was there with Eric, he saw enough, and it's not like he's not been on a movie set before. So he said hi to Bo. That was the first time they saw each other, and watched a little bit, and then decided that he wanted to go back to his room and needed a ride. So I took him up to his room, and then I went home myself because I needed to get ready for the next day. So I did not, and I should have asked Tad to grab some, but I forgot. I'll go see if it's still piled up there. Maybe I can grab a mason jar full. Ron Moore says, we'll be back first week in November. Looking forward to it already. And Ryan Dunn says, grab some of that delicious Bantam Roasters. And I'll add Little Ground Top, ladies and gentlemen. You can get it from anywhere in the United States. Don't have to come here for it. Go to addressinggettysburg.com/cafe. And of course, these drives are made possible by our patrons at patreon.com/addressinggettysburg. You know you want to join. You don't want to win Freeloader of the Year award. That's for sure. You guys have yourselves a great day, and I will talk to you later.